Hello everybody and welcome back to Back to the Future, the game. Episode 1, It's About Time. Last time when we left off in our story so far. After securing Doc's notebook from Biff's greedy clutches, Marty is stunned by the sudden arrival of his mentor's time-traveling DeLorean, which he saw destroyed 8 months prior. Right? No, I guess 7 months. Alright. Look, spontaneous math is not my thing. It's not my strong suit. Investigating the driverless time machine, Marty discovers a pre-recorded message. Doc's stuck somewhere in time. And he's in trouble. The present day, May 14th, 1986. 6:12 p.m. Alright, well, let's get to it. Time waits for no man. So all we got in this car is this shoe that is clearly not Doc Brown's size.
This time-traveling shoe is my only clue to finding Doc.
Yep, it's our only clue, because the only things we found inside this DeLorean that showed up with Einie as a driver is this shoe and this tape recorder, where Doc explained his automatic retrieval system, and how the DeLorean would just magically appear at this moment in time if he was in trouble, and apparently he is. Anyway, Einstein, please help us.
What kind of trouble is Doc in, Einie?
That was not useful. Fortunately, you are a dog with a magnificent ability to smell and track smells. We assume. I guess this is kind of stereotyping. But, you know.
What do you know about this shoe, Einie? Great Scott! I think he's onto something. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. How's this supposed to lead me to Doc, Einie?
Boy, Einstein must have been running really fast there to outrun several, I assume, vehicles. I assume Marty didn't just tailgate or ride behind one truck that whole journey. Anyway. What do we got here?
Starbase 0. I hope Jimmy's fixed the Wild Gunman machine. I guess there's time for a quick game.
Yeah, you have a time machine, Marty. I mean, it's not... Do we have to save Doc today? Technically, we aren't.
Okay, now I'm ready.
Alright. Open. What's this? Can I do the sign? I can. You will not fall out of frame to me. I know you're there.
A1 Liquor. I like the new bars Mr. Figgins put on the windows. Very secure.
Why are you familiar with the owner of the liquor store, Marty? Aren't you 17?
I see you sneaking into that liquor store, young man!
At least she didn't call you a slacker. It's a shame how many cities today look exactly like this. Like, this could be a photograph.
What kind of trouble is Doc in, Einie? Why couldn't Doc have invented a dog translator?
I'm actually surprised he hasn't tried. That seems like a very Doc Brown thing.
It's locked.
Alright, wait. Way to tune into your Nancy Drew there, Marty. Uh-oh. Marty recognizes that name, and so do we.
Step away from the door!
Ah!
Now, let me get a look at you.
Einstein, come on!
Just as I suspected. Hooligans! Get along now! Scat!
You are not a very nice lady.
I'm not a hooligan, ma'am. I'm a teenager.
I wasn't born yesterday, young man.
We can tell.
Aren't you the miscreant who skateboards through the town square every morning between 8 and 8:30 in a decidedly unpunctual manner?
Yeah?
All skateboarders are hooligans. It's a fact. Look it up.
Why is she tracking your movements, Marty? That should be a little bit concerning.
State your business, child. You're making me miss Merv.
Well, see, that's the thing. I'm not sure why I'm here. Einstein here brought me, and...
Well,
E. Strickland. You aren't related to, Vice Principal Strickland, are you, ma'am?
not that it's any of your business, but I'm his sister, Edna. Oh, and you're one of those McFly slackers, aren't ya?
Yes, what's old man Strick? I mean, what else has your brother been saying about me?
Nothing I couldn't have deduced from myself, slacker.
I like how despite receiving all this verbal abuse from above, Marty's still being polite to her and calling her ma'am and stuff. Good job, Marty. You're a good one. You're a good boy.
Can you let me in? I've got something to show you.
What is it? Let me see.
Well, let's show her all we got. Can we show her the tape recorder, just out of curiosity? We can!
I've already got a dictaphone.
What?
Go peddle your wares elsewhere.
Yeah, you just keep... Oh, never mind.
What now?
I vaguely retract my politeness thing. Just repeatedly pushing her doorbell until you get what you want out of this lady.
A shoe? Wow, now what would I want with a... Huh? Stay there!
I love that what do you want from me kind of shrug.
Leave that creature outside!
Aw.
Sorry, Einstein.
Einstein's so cute. God, how old is Einstein?
Well, took you long enough.
There's a lot of stairs.
To return the shoe, I mean. I lost it ages ago. You can put it down next to the other one. Much better. So neat and orderly. I suppose you'll be wanting some sort of reward now.
No,
All I've got is tea and candy.
But...
I'm sorry I called you a hooligan. I try not to jump to conclusions, but after all, 9 out of 10 people in this city are hooligans. It's a fact. Look it up.
She's not wrong there. Unfortunately.
Have a seat, Sonny.
Where?
Hey! You kids! Put out those cigarettes!
Alright, this lady needs a hobby. Well, I guess she has a hobby, but I guess she needs a better one. Anyways, look around.
Miss Strickland, about your tea. You forgot to turn on the...
You! It's spelled with a U! You illiterate vandal!
Fair. If you're gonna do something, spell it correctly.
Einstein brought me that shoe from the past. But when in the past?
Well, that's what we're here to find out, Marty. That's why we're still here.
What are these?
My editorial trophies.
Cat Lovers Quarterly?
It's legitimate journalism.
Doesn't sound like it.
I didn't even know they gave out trophies for Best Litter Columnist.
God. Ugh. I love you, Marty.
Is that Vice Principal Strickland?
Mother never could keep little Gerald out of her clothes.
Alright, that's an image Marty's never getting out of his brain.
Marshall Strickland.
My grandfather, gunned down by Mad Dog Tannen over 100 years ago.
That's not how I remember it.
What? What do you mean over 100 years ago? It's 1986. Well, I guess it could have been.
Jeez. They all look
Barely.
like they've got sticks up there.
What's that?
Nothing.
That's a weird picture anyway.
Jeez. They all look like they've got sticks up there.
What's that?
Nothing.
With the picture of the picture in the picture. It's very odd. How did you write at this desk? Honestly, all these stacks and boxes of just newspapers. It's kind of like my room right now with playbills. I have a revolting amount of them.
Don't touch those! My newspapers are in pristine condition and meticulously organized. Not about to let some street punk get jam all over them.
Aw. If he's just a street punk, why are you still letting him stay in here?
Oh, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Ms. Pretty Whiskers is very particular about who handles her food.
In about 70 years, maybe 60, I guess, this will be my sister.
Oh, the candy looks older than I am.
Probably is.
Miss Strickland?
Jack! Diane! I know what you're doing behind that tree!
Yes?
What tree? How can you see a tree from here? You're looking straight ahead into this building.
Do you remember when you lost your shoe?
Shoe?
That shoe over there.
Oh, that shoe! Huh. Aye, what a nosy Nelly! No one likes a busybody, you know.
But
Oh, fine, let me think about it. Yes, I remember. I lost it in a scuffle with a dog. Oh, when was it? Oh, yes, the day that speakeasy burned down.
a speakeasy in Hill Valley?
Don't act so surprised, young man. Your generation doesn't hold a copyright on moral depravity, you know. Sin has been on the prowl in Hill Valley since the day it was founded.
Yeah, I think drinking is dumb, but the idea of speakeasies is fascinating to me, and I kind of love them.
Wow, a speakeasy. That must have been wild. Is it true they used to drink gin out of slippers like my grandma said?
Don't romanticize the past, young man. Prohibition was a time when gangsters ruled the town while honest citizens quaked in their beds.
What, with hangovers?
So where was it? That speakeasy that burned down, I mean.
That was ages ago. If you're looking for bootleg hooch.
No, I'm just curious, that's all. I'm a student of history.
Student of history, my Aunt Fanny. Yeah, your generation of hooligans and slackers could give two ripe figs about history.
Miss Strickland?
Oh, video store!
Huh?
The speakeasy used to be hidden in plain sight down there in the town square, right where that disgusting videotape rental store squats today.
So the video store building must have gone up after the speakeasy burned down.
The following year, as I recall.
I can barely recall what I did yesterday.
What's with all these newspapers?
This is my personal archive. I've got every issue of the Hill Valley Telegraph ever published.
Get out. Every single issue?
From 1871 to the present. If it happened in Hill Valley, you'll find it in my stacks.
As much as it pains me, that level of nerd collecting, I see it in my future. I just gotta be honest.
I guess somewhere in these stacks there must be an article about the speakeasy burning down.
Naturally. Yeah, I probably wrote it myself. I was quite a reporter back in the day.
Any idea what date that article came out?
Well, obviously the day after the speakeasy burned down.
How would you remember that, Marty? It was ages ago. Also, I do think Marty is a student of history. Maybe not in the traditional sense, but I definitely think he has an interest in it.
Doing some stargazing?
No, I set my sights on the lower things. Is that
Tiff Tannen! Get away from that hubcap before I call your father!
Excuse me. Tiff Tannen? Who's Mrs. Tannen? That's what I want to know.
Don't let me keep you from your business.
You there! Don't even think about tossing that Kleenex on the ground!
Guys, she's screaming into your soul. Alright, well, we gotta look into these newspapers somehow.
I told you not to touch those!
Well, excuse me. Alright, well, we need to get her out of this room.
That tea's never gonna boil.
No, it is not. But maybe we can make her think that it's boiling.
Man, she keeps it hot in here.
That's the kettle. I'll be right back with some tea. Then don't touch anything.
Actually, I think I did this wrong. I was just thinking to myself, man, I don't remember it being this easy when I was little. Apparently, it's
Hey,
still isn't.
mind if I use your binoculars for a sec?
Go ahead, dear.
Did you see you just apparate into that chair? First, gotta look at the video store. Of course, Biff is there. Of course.
Rebuilt in February 1932. So the fire must have happened before then. But when? I need a date.
Don't look at me. I'm far too old for you.
Ew. Doesn't Marty need enough therapy after all he's been through? Leave the man now! That tea is ready.
There's the whistle. Surely the water's boiling by now.
Let's see. Ground broken on site of former speakeasy. Singer vanishes. Hill Valley Expo delights crowd. Soup kitchen exposed. Here we go. Speakeasy arsonist slain. Legal procedure gave way to old-fashioned vengeance last night when a mob descended on the Hill Valley police station. The suspect in the speakeasy arson case, a drifter known as Carl Sagan, was pulled from his... Carl Sagan? It's Doc! Killed by a mob. What's the date? June 14th, 1931. Jeez, I gotta rescue him.
Yeah, you bet you do. There's no way to go. Oh.
My newspapers!
Oh, you're doomed,
Sorry,
Marty.
Miss Strickland. Let me...
No! You've gotten my history out of order! Oh, do you know how long it'll take to fix what you've done? Oh, get out! Get out! Get out!
Run, Marty, run.
Help! Police! I'm being attacked by hooligans!
You're shouting into a stairway, ma'am. If you want to shout out the window you were just shouting out of.
Marty! Where you been, son? And what are you doing in that getup?
Looking good. Thank you for asking.
Didn't I tell you? I got the lead in the school play. We're doing...
Grapes of Wrath?
Right.
Oh, Steinbeck! Who are you playing? Never mind, you don't have to explain. I'm sure whatever it is you're up to, you know what you're doing, right?
I hope so.
Me
Hey,
too.
sometimes you gotta go out on a limb for the ones you love, right? Wish my dad had understood that. You won't stay away too long.
You'll barely know I was gone.
I'm surprised the mall was open this late.
Ready
Wasn't
to
it
go,
like 7
Einstein?
o'clock when we visited Edna? Hi, Einie. You ready?
Time circuits? On. Flux capacitor? Fluxy. Okay. If Doc's gonna get killed on June 14th, 1931, I'll just show up the day before and get him out. I hope you know what you're doing, Doc.
God, it's gotta feel good to drive that DeLorean again. I can imagine. Especially after so long. Apparates or appears in the middle of something. Would it cause a paradox or just tear apart? This could be the most boring 2-mile walk Marty has taken several times.
Einstein, where'd you go now, boy?
Artie's always almost getting hit by cars.
Young man! Excuse me, young man!
Who, me?
You're the only man in the street, and I'm looking for a man-in-the-street reaction. Naturally, you know about the explosion that destroyed this illegal gin establishment.
I read about it, yeah.
What's your opinion of Carl Sagan, the stranger who single-handedly did what the law has been unable to do for 10 long years, namely, rid Hill Valley of the scourge of liquor?
Well, ma'am.
There's gotta be some sort of mistake here. Carl wouldn't do something like that.
It's surprising the lengths a person will go to when it's a clear-cut matter of right and wrong. You've got an honest look about you. You do support the side of righteousness, I trust.
Well, yeah, I guess, but, you know, I know the man.
How'd Doc get himself into...
Doc?
Doc is his nickname. I'm good friends with Carl.
You are? Really? Oh, but I need an unbiased opinion for my story. Pretend you don't know him. How would you feel about his heroic act of destruction?
Well, he didn't use a bomb, Marty. Well, I said he didn't use the bomb. Of course he didn't, because he didn't blow it up. But...
You can mark me down as a supporter.
The young man said, flashing a boyish yet virile grin. Hill Valley needs more upstanding youths like yourself. Do you have a message for the vicious gangsters who still roam these streets, no doubt plotting to corrupt our citizens with another den of booze, sin, and debauchery?
Well, lady, back up. Where can I find them?
Ask him where I can get the address.
Ah, I see! Because you want to blast it to smithereens, just like Carl Sagan did. With public-spirited citizens like you around, the lawless element will be on the run in no time. Mr. May I get your name?
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, it's... Harry Callahan.
Thank you for sharing your candid opinions, Mr. Callahan. Edna Strickland, Hill Valley Herald.
Oh.
I know. I met you back. I'm familiar with your work.
You read my column? How sweet! I know it's just an etiquette column, but I believe it'll lead to bigger and better. Oh!
Einstein, no. Down, boy.
Is this wretched creature yours? He assaulted me once before.
What's got into you?
Aggressive dogs must be kept on leash at all times. It's the law. Look it up.
Doc.
Maybe
I gotta
later.
find Doc.
Well, I assume he's in jail, considering he apparently is suspected of blowing up a building. Or a speakeasy. Well, I guess the building with the speakeasy. But, we will find him, hopefully, next time. Now that we're in 1931, our adventure is just beginning. So, this is Punxsy Dawn saying goodbye. And, I guess... I don't know. There's not really a goodbye from Back to the Future, is there? Alright. I just thought of it. Make like a tree and leave. Brilliant. Why did that not come to mind before? Anyway, goodbye.
They say